Hi Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your April 2021 money and career reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before I begin this reading and clear the energy space, once again, a reminder not to be scammed by anybody in the comment box pretending to be me offering you a reading. This person is a scammer. Do not be scammed. I will not be soliciting you for anything. With that said, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Sagittarius, April 2021. Money and career, Sagittarius. April 2021, money and career, Sagittarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Ooh. Okay. And show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Fantastic. And now let's see the chakra energy for this time. Sagittarius, April 2021, money and career, Sagittarius. April 2021, money and career, Sagittarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Perfect. And then the energy we need to be mindful of during this time. What is the energy that Sagittarius needs to be mindful of? April 2021, money and career, Sagittarius. What is the energy that Sagittarius needs to be mindful of? April 2021, money and career, Sagittarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Fantastic. Okay, so in regards to the tarot, we are crowned with the High Priestess. Oh my goodness. Do you have insight into things like never before? It also can be a little bit spooky, okay, if you're not ready for it, okay? But there's a seeing beyond the veil, seeing beyond what is expected. We have the Page of Swords, which is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There is a sense of being a student of the voice of what we are saying, of what we are promoting within ourselves, with how we are moving things forward. Then we have the Hierophant, which is Taurus energy, time frame April 20th to May 20th. We can be exceedingly stubborn during this time. We can also come into kind of conflict with institutions during this time. So just be mindful of that. There is also a sense of prosperity coming forward, and also finding like your path, your tribe, your clan, your fit. That can be something that really, it's like, it can even be like you find something extracurricular. Like extracurricular. Yeah, okay. You do in your spare time. There we go. I found rock climbing, and it's a place that you go and you climb indoors, and that has been just astounding. It actually absolutely whooped my tush before when I first started, but it's exhilarating. It can be something like that where it's like it starts to open up a new way of doing things, a new idea. It's like, oh wow, I never ever thought of that. We have the Queen of Cups. There's a mentor here that starts coming in, or you start kind of remembering what a mentor had said to you, or you have this guidance coming from somebody. And it's very calm, very healing energy. There's also this sense of being protected. It can be this divine feminine energy that is just protecting you, watching over you during this time, which is beautiful, Sagittarius. Also, Queen of Cups represents water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. If you're born on the cusp with Scorpio, the nurturing side of the energy is really going to come out, of your energy is really going to come out. You can really want to nurture everybody, so just be mindful of that. It's like, no, people have to embrace their own path, their own way forward, but I am nurturing my dreams and my hopes and my desires. The Nine of Wands, it's like everybody's words are coming at you all at once, so that's something to be mindful of. We're rooted, of course you are, Sagittarius, we're rooted in the world. It's like the world opens up to us. We start to see things more powerfully, more in line with ourselves. And instead of seeing the world as this like scary, overwhelming place, it's like we start to see it as, this is my way forward. Like, this is what I want. This is where I'm headed. This is what's important to me. And we start to kind of carve out our own space within the world. Now, for money and career, it is important because we're looking at things and saying, well, this is important and that isn't. This is what I want and that's not what I want. And we're balancing everything out in a very real way. The chakra message here is flexibility, which we have the person balancing themselves. That can be very important. I was reading something, listening to something, I can't remember, and the information of balancing yourself, doing yoga, balancing yourself, like seeing if you're a little bit wobbly. Like sometimes when you're a little bit wobbly and you do yoga, I used to just get frustrated with myself. Oh, why aren't I on point? No, that doesn't help at all. What we have to say is, all right, I'm a little bit off balance. I'm not in harmony with myself the way that I want to be. So maybe I just go a little bit kinder on myself today. Maybe I, aren't as hard on myself as I usually am. Or I know that I'm just going to be a little bit more sensitive. Hurtful words are going to hit me more. The flexibility that we're seeing here from the sacral chakra. Now, the sacral chakra is where we hold a lot of negativity from this life and from past lives, which is a detriment because the sacral chakra is also where we hold our creativity and our sexual energy. So we want that to flow through us easily and powerfully. And if we're out of balance, that's not going to lead us to be able to be flexible because we're not even going to be able to balance ourselves. So I would highly suggest, if you don't do yoga, if you have no interest in it, that's totally cool. Stand on one foot. Like, balance yourself on one foot. Even if you have to kind of like use the countertop and just kind of like lift your foot up a little bit. See how shaky you are. And be like, okay, I see that. I see that I'm shaky. Why am I shaky? Why am I out of balance? Why haven't I been in balance? Like, we can know that about ourselves. Like, oh, I haven't been in balance for such a long time. It's always so hard for me. Why? What is here? What negativity is coming forward that is robbing away our creative energy to move us forward in our careers and in our finances? Oh, goodness. There we go. And the energy that we need to be mindful of is the King of Wands. This is Firestein Energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is at work. These are people who want to be number one, who are just so special and so powerful that they can make everybody else's life miserable. These are also people who want to be in control. They want it their way. They believe that they are more than you could ever have imagined. And there's this sense of tenacity and fire, and not in a good way, but in a I will eat up everything I need to eat up in order to get to where I want to be. There's also a sense, it's very it's masculine energy, but it doesn't mean that you are going to be dealing with a guy. It doesn't mean that at all. What it means is that it's that quote-unquote masculine energy of a force moving forward. And it's going to go really against so much of who you are during this time, Sagittarius, because you're crowned with the High Priestess. You want things to be more harmonious. You want things to be a bit more quiet. You want things to be more in line with energy and meaning and soul and self and passion and purpose. And so with the High Priestess, we're going to be looking at things, and the veil is lifted. We see things more honestly. We'll be able to tell, like, oh, wow, I can tell that that person's a good person. I can tell that that person's not a good person, and I don't want anything to do with them. If we have to work with them anyway, it's kind of like, okay, but I'm not trusting you. And we have to kind of stick to that conviction. There's also a sense that we, have a knowing during this time. Oh, I know that won't work. Oh, I know that's not going to work out the way that we wanted it to. And so we're going to have to look at things with this knowing and really embrace the information, really embrace the wisdom that is coming our way, even if it seems odd at first. Even if we think, oh, well, I'm not special, like I don't have this insight. Everybody does. It's just everybody doesn't listen. So here, if we listen, if we start to listen to ourselves, we start to see the harmony, we start to know that the sacred feminine is watching over us, is cradling us, is protecting us during this time, and we start to trust our instincts, all of a sudden we become a student of our voice, we become a student of our intellect, we become a student of the way that we want to move forward. We start to see things differently, and it's like, oh, I can do this, I can embrace this, I can look at it this way. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's more here than I thought. This is also being a student of our breath. This can be embracing meditation. And I'm really finding in meditation that certain things come up, like mantras. And it can be what I'm worrying about. It can be, I'm a huge worrier, I'm working on that. It can be, just the chaos. And it comes forward. And then divinity hands me a mantra. And it's like, stop worrying about. It's like, if I'm focusing on worrying, it's like you only have this moment. The moments are what matter. And all of a sudden, the meditation, for however long you do it, it's only the moments that matter. It's only the moments that matter. And as we're building it up, it's like, well, okay, but if it's only the moments that matter, what about my bigger plans? And it's like, yes, but to get to your bigger plans, sometimes, okay, divinity will take hold and push you a different way anyway. But it's, again, the moments that matter. It's, again, the insights, the understandings, the paths, the days, the hours, the minutes that we take. And it's being a student of where we are right now and why we are affected a certain way, why we are looking at things a certain way. And we become a student of our minds. We become a student of the breath that is fueling our body. And that leads us to this place with the Hierophant, with this place of power, with this place of greater understanding of what it is that we want. I love it when the Hierophant and the High Priestess come together, because the High Priestess in one deck, and I forget which one it was called was represented as the female Pope, and of course the Hierophant was the male Pope. So you have these two religious figures that were of great power and great influence during the Middle Ages. Of course, the female Pope is the myth of Pope Joan, and there's a real sense here of power, but of sacred power coming forward during this time. We're putting a bit of ourselves into our work. That's what separates people, okay? You have the people who do their work and just kind of like drone along, but then you have the people who have that creative spark. And it doesn't matter if you're an engineer, and it doesn't matter if you're an artist. Having that creative spark changes the game. It puts a bit of soul into everything. And the High Priestess and the Hierophant coming together, it's like, this is my soul showing. This is my passion showing. You're not going to be able to stop it, Sagittarius, even if you want to. Now, with the King of Wands, you find that this person, because they are Firestein Energy, just like you, it's like this person speaks to you at a certain level. And it's like, okay, well, they can make sense. Okay, well, that's fair. Okay, I can see that. But then they get to a point where they're just being bullies and brutes. And they're not trying to compromise. They're not trying to listen. They just want things their way. And they're actually going to reveal to you, especially since you have the High Priestess, because you have this air to you about somebody who's like a really good listener, somebody who really takes in what they're saying. They're going to reveal to you more than they want. So they might come in and be like, oh my gosh, I or we're just really frustrated and not thinking, I really want to fire that person. And they mean it. And then they're like, oh, just forget I said that. And they walk away like, oh, I was just joking, but they're not. So just be very mindful. Things are going to be revealed to you that are a big deal. They just really are a big deal. And you're not going to expect it. With the Hierophant, there is a sense here of having a bit of problems with institutions, but you're also learning the institution. You're kind of like learning the lay of the land, learning the game, learning how to move yourself forward in prosperity and abundance and the place that you want to be. So during this time, you can see yourself kind of being put up for promotions. You can see yourself working towards a new job opportunity, and it leads you to the Queen of Cups. Again, mentors are coming in very, very powerfully. Things that we have loved and that inspire us start coming in. But there's also the sense of, again, putting the heart, putting the soul, putting the passion into everything that is done, and really embracing what is loved. The sacred feminine, again, is watching over you, protecting you, guiding you, leading you towards something that is more. And there is a sense here of really finding out that the old way isn't working anymore. It's like, oh, well, that doesn't work anymore, but this does. Oh, wow, that isn't me, but this is. And we start to see ourselves more powerfully, more in line. And then we start to say, I can only rule myself. I can only move myself forward this way. Emotionally, I'm looking at what I desire, what I want, what inspires, what thrills me. And I'm letting that be my guide. So when it comes to work, you might think, well, what the heck does passion have to do with it? You do your job, you do it well, you just keep moving forward. Yes, but the heart is going to be so important during this time because you put your heart into everything that you do. You put your heart into it. It inspires you. You look at things differently. And it's like, oh, wow. And then the rest of the world kind of comes at you because you're not being like everybody else, but also because you're putting a bit of yourself in it. You're putting this creative spark from your heart into the work. So when other people see it and they start to criticize, as people will, they attack, they wound you. It's not just that they're attacking the work, but it's like all of a sudden it becomes a personal attack. So this is something we have to be mindful of during this time. We'll have a tendency to take things astoundingly personally because we're putting so much of ourselves in it. And this is a time where we kind of need to step back and say, okay, that person can have their opinion. They're absolutely allowed to. I've come this far. I've walked this long, hard road. I get to be proud of me, and I am proud of me. The Nine of Wands also shows us, that we can't be what everybody wants us to be. Because to be perfect in the eyes of everyone is to be perfect for no one. Because nobody will ever be happy. You will not get a whole group of people to agree. And that's just a fact. And so here, it's looking at them and saying, all right, you have your opinion. You have your way of judging my life, of seeing my life. That's fine. That's you, or seeing my work and seeing what I do. But because, again, you've put your heart and soul into it, you have this beautiful creative touch to things during this time. It'll feel like a personal attack. Know that it isn't. It's easier said than done. Believe me, I know. But it's letting yourself shine through. And knowing that you fought so hard already. And you fought so hard to let your heart shine through. To let yourself be inspired. And it becomes the game changer, and it leads you to the world opening. It leads you to the sense of, I can do more than I imagined. I can move forward more than I realized. And all of a sudden, the world starts to open up in a very real way, in a very powerful way, in a very inspiring way. And it's like, I can do this. It's not like, oh no, this isn't for me. It's like, oh no, I can do this. And I can do this more assuredly than I ever realized. Or it's just that we kind of come out of our shell, our box, and we start to look around. It's like, oh yeah, the world is bigger than I realized. Or there is more for me here than I ever expected. Now let's look at the spirit message. Sagittarius, April 2021, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. All right. And here we have Goddess, which fits in beautifully with the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups. There is this sense of the divine feminine really being around you, really protecting you, guiding you, helping you look at things, helping you be inspired. And there's just this feminine touch to things. that is going to move you. There is a sense of love, but also ferocity and fierceness. So that's really quite brilliant. It's kind of like embracing the earth, embracing Gia, right? And we see that as embracing the Earth Mother and, the earth that nourishes, but it's also the earthquakes and tornadoes and hurricanes. It's like there's fierceness here, and there's also beauty. Let it shine. The subconscious, not the subconscious. Let's see what the spirit animal message is. Sagittarius, April 2021, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. We have the Canary Spirit. Sing your own song. Why? Because it's time to let your truth shine. And it doesn't mean like, oh, my truth and nobody else's truth matters. No, that's silly. It's like, but this is me. This is who I am. This is where I'm headed. This is what's right for me. This is what I desire. I have to sing my song. I have to let my quirkiness come through. I have to let my desires come through. I have to start believing in me and not stifling my song because I'm trying to sing what everybody wants to listen to. I'm trying to be what everybody else wants. It's like, oh no, it's my time to say, this is me. Like it? Awesome. Don't like it? Still great. I'm still here. The subconscious spirit animal message is the nightingale spirit. Love is all around you. It is. There's a love, there's a beauty that is all around you. The cards showed it time and time again. Let it shine. Let that heart, let that soul, let that passion shine. It moves you to the subconscious spirit message, which is peace. It starts to bring you peace, to fully embrace who you are and what you want. It leads us then to the subconscious chakra message, which is inner child, the heart chakra. It's letting our inner child know that they weren't a mistake, that you didn't mess up, that there's love and beauty and power and brilliance here. Let it shine. Let the heart chakra shine. Let your love shine. The subconscious person message is the Queen of Pentacles, prosperity, success. Also, there is going to be somebody who you just don't get on with, and you're not going to. Their vibrational energy, your vibrational energy is just wrong. Sometimes they can be in alignment, and then they kind of go all crazy on you when you're looking at them, and you're like, what the heck is this? Like, why do I have to deal with this? They're very money-driven, and they're always going to boil it down to money. So just be mindful of that. But here, it's embracing your own finances, your own wealth, your own self. It's like, okay, there is something that I'm working towards. Even if you're sitting there and thinking, Dane, I don't have any wealth, there is something that is being built towards. And there is a sense of looking at things differently, of kind of like tweaking things and saying, well, this road isn't working for me, and I get it. So I'm going to start either something on the side, I'm going to start, kind of broadening my horizons, taking classes, whatever needs to be done, so that I can truly embrace what I want from my life and let the wealth pour in. The subconscious tarot message is the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is a Pulpers mentality. It is the sense that I can't be wealthy, I'm not as good as everybody else, that's for other people, that's not for me. It's like, oh no. Now it's time to embrace wealth. Now it's time to not be on the outside anymore looking in. No, we're done with this. Subconsciously, we're going to have to battle this because it's part of our subconscious. It can be how we were raised. We always had to struggle with money, or we could have had a caregiver that just always screamed about money, or we could have thought, oh, okay, we were raised and we went out into the world and we thought, oh, this will be easy, and then we got kicked in the face. Things happen. Life happens. We could get divorced or, break up with a lover, and all of a sudden there's money problems. Life happens, and it's not always fair, and it's not always right. And with the Five of Pentacles, it's not letting that heartbreak define the rest of your financial life. It's just not. All right, Sagittarius, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we break barriers and as we redefine not only what success is, but ourselves in that success. We are opening up the door. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Sagittarius. Sagittarius.